Blaine Gabbert, I want to know why we should draft you.
Because if you don't draft me, I'm going to have to beat you for the next 15 years.
Okay.
Critics hated on Blaine for much too long.
Guy that I would honestly consider maybe the worst quarterback in the NFL.
They stoked his fire and the flames grew strong. But Blaine did not cry any Blaine tears. He's back for revenge, and it's so very clear.
Blaine is a real American.
Yeah!
What's going on, jabronis? Clay and Tom here, coming back at you. Week 9's in the books, Tom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Interesting week. Still got 3 teams undefeated in the NFL.
That's good. One of them's the Bengals. Andy Dalton, keep rocking and firing, brother.
Representing Ginger Nation right there. Blaine Gabbert. I hated on him last week. Went out there, proved me wrong.
Sure did.
He really, truly is an amazing quarterback.
He's a real American.
Definitely a real American. A little stat for you, Tom. Numbers guy. Luke's going to appreciate this. Blaine Gabbert in 2015 has the same winning percentage as Tom Brady, Andy Dalton, Cam Newton, and Matthew Hasselbeck.
Wow. That's because he's only got one game under his belt, right?
Exactly. Hasselbeck's 2-0, filling in for Luck. He's also filling in for Luck this week. In other relevant sports news, the Hogs won on probably the craziest play that I've seen in college football in a long time.
Allen gets the snap. Got all kinds of time. He's going to fire to the sideline, complete to Henry, but Hunter well shy of the first down. He's going to lateral it back. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Collins. Alex has got room at the 30, 25, 20. Collins at the 15, cuts back at the 10. This game's still alive, and the Hogs have a first down.
So there you go. Arkansas pulls out the win against Ole Miss.
It's good stuff. I know that Bret Bielema is happy to get another win because his wins have been few and far between.
After the game, Bret was talking in his press conference, and he had this to say about the game.
We'll do that a little bit. I'm just looking forward to hopping on the wife, hopping on the plane. Hopping on the plane with my wife. Can't believe I just said that.
Hey, after a win like that, I'd want to hop on my wife, too.
No doubt.
What do you got from week 9 fantasy-wise, Tom?
Man, we still have a bunch of teams in the middle of the pack that are 4 and 5. So this week is going to be the deciding factor of who goes on, who makes a playoff run, and I hope to be one of those teams.
I also hope that you're one of those teams because when I make the playoffs, I definitely want to play you in the first round and destroy you. One thing I have, more injuries this week. Deion Lewis out for the season. Malcolm Floyd, not necessarily a big player, but without Keenan Allen, I know a lot of people played him this week in other leagues. Probably done, maybe for his career. Dez Bryant showed up on the injury list again. I don't know if he's playing this week or not.
I've been following him. Yesterday he did not practice, and today they said he was limited practice, so it's day-to-day with him.
Now there's only one thing left. Thunder Cookie.
I don't know if any of you guys watched the Denver game the other day, but some pretty funny stuff happened. The Thunder Cookie, the first Thunder Cookie, goes out to Aqib Talib. There was a scrum. One of the Colts was in his face. Aqib Talib ran up and poked him right in the eye.
And we actually have real game audio from this game.
He poked me in the eye. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
He got a 1-game suspension. If you add that up based on his pay, that's $323,000.
That's a hell of a finger poke
that he lost for his Captain Insano finger poke.
The Thunder Cookie number 2 for this week comes from inside our own league. None other than, as Luke coined him, Chromosome Man. What I've noticed throughout this season is that if anybody makes a trade, regardless of how good or bad it is, that person's getting trade raped. Trade rape from Cromer is imminent on the text message. And what really gets me, Cromer, Thunder Cookie for you, is that Cromer's trades to other people are terrible.
Awful. How many times has he tried to unload Darren Sproles on
I
somebody?
was just about to go with that. You want to trade him? I got Sproles. Hey, I'll trade you Sproles for him.
Hey, I got Isaiah Crowell. He's a good player.
Thunder Cookie, sir.
Clay Jones.
Is cooking.
Number of the week, 284.
284. That's a big number compared to some of our other ones. What's 284 got to do with it?
The amount of receiving yards that Antonio Brown had on Sunday.
That's amazing. And I don't even think he had a touchdown, and he still had hella points.
No touchdown, several receptions, 284 yards. Got me thinking, how high is it on the list for all time? 9th. There have been 8 other games of more than 284 yards receiving. The most all time in a single game is 336 by a guy named Flipper Anderson in 1989 with the Rams.
What the flipper? What about for the Steelers, though? I mean, where does that rank on the Steelers list?
First all time for the Steelers.
Okay, so that was the game then for Antonio Brown and the Steelers.
Here we go, baby. I love me some niggas. Let's rock and roll, baby. All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready. Do you got your popcorn ready right now? Popcorn ready. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want
Clay and Tom's weekly picks.
You can't handle
Their weekly picks.
Week 9, you got the better of me, Tom. I was 2-3. You were 3-2. On the year, I'm 26-19. You're 25-20.
So I'm just one game behind.
Right there, man. It's anyone's ball game. Here's what I have fresh in my hands. One of the worst pieces of writing I've ever... I mean, it's terrible. I'm just going to throw it out. Some idiot put up some crap writing on the board. Who was that?
It was Tom. But I'll just say this. It's not all my fault. I had Cody proofread it for me before I...
No, write-up was good. I enjoyed it. Everything that you said was probably true, except for I am going to beat Patrick this week.
Okay. I tried to break out a little bit towards the end there with the Spencer Cody thing. I had a pretty good time writing that. It was pretty funny.
First matchup of the week we're going to talk about. Got to start out with the man, me, obviously, versus somewhat moist Fish Taco.
I don't know. Maybe after this week he's going to be totally dried out. But I'm picking Patty B this week, even though Roethlisberger's down.
Got a number for you in this matchup. 0. That's how many wins Patty B has without Roethlisberger in his lineup.
Wow.
4-1 with Roethlisberger, 0-4 without.
Well, that's a pretty good stat right there, and it seems to lean more towards your favor.
So I'm rolling with me, obviously.
Okay, Patty B. I'm picking you, brother. Don't disappoint me.
Second matchup, Chromosome, Chromadome, Chroma Idiot versus...
Chroma Trade Rape.
versus Dolphin Boy, Josh.
Man, I got to go with Cromer on this one. I picked him in my write-up, and I'm going to go ahead and state fact that I think Cromer's going to win. I do hope that there's an upset there, though. So, Josh, get your stuff ready and rock and roll and take Cromer down.
I think Flipper's going to get this one.
Flipper's going to go, huh?
He's going to jump up, do a triple backflip, blow something out of his blowhole.
And hit Patrick Cromer right in the face with it.
Exactly. Tough matchups for Russell Wilson, Calvin Johnson, and Shakandrick West. Great matchups for Josh. So I'm going to go with Josh. Third matchup, Tom versus numbers guy, Luke.
We have officially upgraded Luke from the Smug One to numbers guy. So Tom's going up against Luke. I got the upper hand here. Luke's going to go 0-2 this season against me. Luke, you're going down, son.
2 words. Sloppy seconds. This year, sloppy seconds is 6-0. Calling your matchups. It's going to go 7-0.
I think so.
Fourth matchup, we got Pele, the drunk Asian, versus Ferrari, the 82 Fiat with the blown engine.
Siat! Got to go Ferrari here, man. Ferrari's team's looking pretty good. He's the sleeper. He doesn't say much, but he does win games, and his team is looking pretty good right now.
CJ Anderson, fantasy poison. Pele has him in his lineup, gonna lose. All Ferrari across the board here. Last matchup, I don't know what really matters. You got number 1 versus number 10. Spencer versus Cody. Who do you got?
I'm going Cody here. Cody's team is strong. His team puts up good points each week, but his opponent that week usually puts up more. This week is going to be different, and we all know why, right?
No Woodhead. No Woodhead, no win.
No Roadhead sucks. I mean, no Woodhead sucks.
Spencer's been riding Woodhead. Spencer's been playing Woodhead to wins every week. And this week he's not going to have the joy.
Done. No death by Woodhead this week. I'm going Cody.
I am too.
You'd keep your mouth shut if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
All right, jabronis. Skipping the call of the week. I put out texts, emails, everything to try to get people to call in. I got 3 phone calls. We got Spencer, Luke, and Tom for the smack-off. That's your 3 options. And then I'm going to go ahead and berate everybody after we're done with the smack-off.
It's just terrible. You guys couldn't spend 2 minutes calling in and making some smack talk? You guys scared? Oh, I don't want to talk smack. I might lose.
I'm disappointed, and it's actually throwing me off my game this week on the podcast. So if this podcast sucks, it's all you motherfuckers' fault.
Jabronis.
First up in the smack-off, we've got Spencer.
Cody, Big Daddy.
Oh.
Learn to make a winning lineup, bro. Lamar Odom could put a better lineup than you can. If he can do better than you can, that makes you a Kardashian. The ugly one, the fat one that nobody likes. So quit taking boner pills and doing lines of coke and bring your A game this week because you're going to need it.
Well, Spencer started off slow but ended strong, so decent performance there. I'm not going to give you an A+ by any means. Next time, what I suggest you do is write down your thoughts on a piece of paper and read them.
I'll give Spencer a decent grade. He's not the greatest smack talker out there, but he did try, and I'm going to give him a C for effort there.
I'm glad that he called in. Don't let me discourage you from calling in, Spencer, because the fact that you called in gets you points. So,
next up, we got your boy, numbers guy, Luke.
The trade baiter.
Hey, fantasy football freaks. This smack talk goes out to my dear friend Ron Howard, a.k.a. Mr. Blaine, a.k.a. Tom the Bomb Flowers, who's probably sitting in his office engineering his soon-to-be loss to meet the Brady Bunch. Tom, your crew killed it last week. However, no more sloppy seconds for you. The Brady Bunch is not bringing Marsha, Jan, or Cindy. I'm bringing the beat down to your doorstep. So get yourself something soft to sit on, because it's going to be a long weekend. Boom, son, you're done.
Luke, you got some pretty good smack talk. You practice smack talk every day. Every time you open your mouth, you're talking smack to somebody. You might not think that you are, but you are. And sometimes I just want to punch you in the face. No, just kidding, brother. Good stuff.
I really enjoyed the Brady Bunch reference there. Very nice, very well said. And the fact that he also clowned on your saying.
Oh, yeah. Boom, son, you're dead.
That's actually what you sound like pretty much every day when you say
He hit it spot on, you know what I mean?
Last up, we got some bald idiot just called in. I think he might be half drunk. Tom.
What's up, jabronis? This is Tom coming to call out my boy Luke. Dude, you are going 0-2 against me this season because your team is garbage. I saw that you picked up Eric Ebron off the waiver wire to replace Antonio Gates. Dude's going for a straight goose egg. You're my boy, but you're going down. 0-2 against Tom this season. Later.
Well, I can assure you this. He wasn't drunk. He may have been drunk yesterday, but he wasn't drunk when he made that phone call. I had to do that on the fly, and the first time I called in, there was an error with the phone, so that's what you got.
I think you did all right. I mean, it was as good as you could do. Your deck is about half full, so you're only working with so many cards.
Well, that was my max capacity there, so it is what it is.
I'm sure your brain's probably hurting after that as well.
It was overloaded. I had to find some ice.
I was going to come up with some eloquent smack talk just for Patrick, but since only 3 people called in, I'm about to berate the entire league. Start off with Pat B. Your team sucks. You were juicy the first 2 weeks, juicier than a bridesmaid at a wedding. Next 5 weeks, you were as dry as Hillary Clinton's snatch. The last 2 weeks, you've been a little bit moist, probably as moist as Antonio Brown was when he figured out that Rapelessberger was back, but now he's gone, so you're going down. Next on the list, Pele. You're my boy, brought you into the league, making the good smack talk on the text message. But where's the call, man? Where's the call? You're not going to get fake Pele this week. Okay, league? No one gets a fake Pele this week. What Pele's going to get is my foot in his little Asian ass.
Siat!
Josh, you started out strong, man. Really strong. Talking smack. Good write-up. Everything. You had the whole thing. But now, just like the Dolphins, you suck. You pretended for 4 weeks, and now your team is terrible. You got Tannehill at quarterback. He gets schooled by his own practice squad, just like you got schooled by Cody. Cody, of all people. That is the practice squad in this league. And speaking of Cody, how did you let Tom get D'Angelo Williams? You were the only guy in the country who did not make a waiver claim on D'Angelo Williams last week. I know I always joke about you being a caveman, a troglodyte, but that was ridiculous. So what I got to say to you is, running Cody's team. So easy. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, a caveman can't even do it. Ferrari. Super nice guy. Every time we hung out, it's been cool. He sends one text a week that we might get, and I don't even know what he's talking about.
It usually doesn't make sense. It's just like, bam, there's Ferrari, and then we don't hear from him again. So
his team has somehow flown under the radar to stay up above my team. Well, I got news for you. It's not going to happen too much longer. Your ancient lineup of crap players is going to go down, just like your blown engine and your 82 Fiat. All right, last, and probably least, we've got Chromosome. Hey, Chromosome, I got a trade for you. How about you give me Megatron, and I make sure to leave my foot straight when I cram it up your candy ass?
Well, you seem to have rounded up the whole herd there and put the stamp on it, so I'd have to declare Clay the winner of this smack-off, hands down.
I'm using my bully pulpit right now. I've got the mountain that I'm screaming on the top of, and I'm just throwing down the hate to everybody.
Just throwing boulders at people.
So if you got a problem with it, call me. We'll meet up. I'll slap you around a little bit.
Call and at least leave a freaking message.
Okay. Namaste. Let me calm myself down right now, Tom. Okay. I'm not as worked up as I was. I enjoyed the 3 smack talks that we got. I'm glad you guys called in. I'm making an executive decision. Normally I'm really cheap. I don't have a lot of money. Luke, Spencer, tomorrow, Friday, at lunch, if you meet me and Tom at Buffalo Wild Wings, I will buy you a 5-piece traditional wing.
Yeah, you don't get to order boneless wings because they're for bitches.
Exactly. All you other motherfuckers going to have to get your own lunch tomorrow. Spencer, Luke, call me, text me. Tommy going to be at B-Dubs in Sherwood tomorrow at lunch.
Y'all are all invited, but y'all don't get y'all's food paid for, so suck it.
Maybe next time we'll actually get more people to participate in the smack off. I think I got everything off my chest, Tom.
Do you feel a lot better?
I do feel a little bit better. It's not quite as good as I felt after slapping Luke around last week, but I feel better.
Well, I'm going to smack Luke around this week, and then I'm going to continue dominating for the rest of the year because I got Juicy Fish Tacos after Luke. His team, half his team's going to be on a bye. Antonio Brown's not going to be there. It's just, you're going down, bro. I'm moving up in the ranks. I'm going to make a legitimate playoff run, so y'all can all suck it.
On a serious note, I don't want to lose to Patrick because I don't want to get the after-the-fact smack talk this week.
Yeah.
The league doesn't want that. I don't want that. So let's hope that I win for everyone's sake. And that's all I got. And it really has been emotional today.
Boom, son. You're all done. And you, Luke.
Blaine is a real American. Harrietta Jaguars are going to win. Blaine is a real American.